Oh, hello there. I was just reading a real book. Hello and welcome to the Book Snob tag. I'm your host, QWERTY, a book snob. But we are gonna get a bit snobbish in this video. You're welcome. You'll find in the literary community some people have very high opinions of themselves when it comes to their literary tastes, and I am not one of them. I read like anything and I don't care what you read, but we're gonna do this tag anyway because it's fun to be a snob. It's fun to be a snob. It's really fun to be a snob and have opinions of yourself. Hey, I don't know what's going in my brain anymore these days. I'm sorry, guys. I think 2020 has finally just broke my brain, and you all must suffer the consequences every time you click on a video. And, sorry, not sorry about what I said. All right, let's get into the tag. Let's find out just how snobbish of a literary snub I am. Snob. Fun word. How many syllables can I make that word? Snob. Adaptation Snob. Do you always read the book before the movie? No, I don't. Sometimes I don't even know that the movie was a book beforehand. And I go, oh, hey, cool. Sometimes I don't even read the book afterwards. Sometimes I do sometimes. Depends on the movie. One of the incidences of this I did was like Crazy Rich Asians. I watched the movie before the book, and then the book horribly disappointed me because I hated it, but loved the movie. Other strange instances of this is where I did read the book before. I read like Ready Player One, and then I watched the movie, and I enjoyed both. They both have their differences, but I didn't really hate either too much. They both have some problems, but they're both decent on their own, and I'm really worried about why there's a sequel coming out now. Why did there need to be a sequel? It was a solid standalone. But sometimes there are movies that are based off of books, and I just haven't read the book, and I don't really have an intention to read the book. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but I know they're out there. So snobby of me, right? Number 2, format snob. You can only choose one format in which to read a book for the rest of your life. Which do you choose? This is gonna get real controversial based on who I am and who you know me for and whatever this accent is. But I'm going to choose audiobook. Yes, I'm going to choose that because I am a multitasker. I like to listen to audiobooks while I do other things. And as much as I love reading physical books, I am much slower at getting through physical books. I would not be able to accomplish my 200 book goal this year without the assistance of audiobooks. It's gonna be a shocker of how many audiobooks I have read versus physical books this year, guys. It's a lot. All right, this accent, I'm so sorry to anyone offended by my accent, but it will not stop in this very snobby video. It's a snobbish accent, apparently. Not that people who have this accent are snobby, just that I am a snob when I'm in this accent. I'm so sorry. I'm broken. I am a broken woman. But yes, audiobooks. I'm choosing audiobooks. There's gonna be a video of me somewhere a long time ago. There's a video out there that's gonna be like, I just don't get audiobooks. I just don't get. I couldn't do that. I can't retain that information that way. Lies. Old Q is a liar. No different than present Q, but you know, I'm less of a liar. We don't need to talk about that video a few days ago about me being robbed. Number 3. Ship snob. Would you date or marry a non-reader? I would. I don't know. Honestly, probably. I definitely have dated a non-reader. I've never actually dated a reader. So I don't know what that would be like to date a person who also reads. Because what if we're both snobs? What if we're both literary snobs? And then we're literary snobs to each other? That's not a healthy relationship. I don't know. Would I? I suppose it depends on what kind of reader. Maybe if they did this video and then I could decide if I wanted to continue the relationship based on their answers to this video. I know they definitely would be like, bye, if they saw this video, because I'm not even talking how I normally talk in real life. So this is why I'm single. Among other things. Anyway, number 4, genre snob. You have to ditch one genre. Which do you ditch? Now, I could easily just be like, okay, erotic fiction or something I don't read, you know, crime fiction, don't read it, don't care. Western, don't read it. I'm gonna choose one from the genres that I actually do read and do like to read. I'm gonna make that a little more snobby of myself, because I was just snobby to all those other genres that many people do love and adore. So I'm going to get rid of hold on. This was a mistake. I think I will get rid of don't tell them. I'm gonna get rid of it's okay. I'm gonna get rid of historical fiction. Don't say anything. Don't let them know. I'm not really getting rid of it, but if I had to, just don't tell the books. You're fine, I love you. You're great. Keep doing what you're doing. Number 5, an uber genre snob, where I can only read one genre for the rest of my life. And so I am going to do a cop-out, and I won't just say like YA, because it's not actually a genre, that's an age group. So some people have said that, and I'm like, not a genre. I'm gonna say the cop-out, because it kind of encompasses a lot of things, is fantasy. Because within fantasy, you also get sci-fi, you get historical fantasy is in there, so they can come back. You get magical realism is in there. You just don't get full-on contemporary, which means I dropped contemporary. I'm so sorry. I love contemporary. I love you. Please don't tell my top book of 2020 that. But that's technically fantasy too, because it's in an alternate universe account. It's fine, everything's fine, because you could say contemporaries are not real because they are fictional, and so it's fantastical. I'm just trying really hard to hold on to all my books, but I will say fantasy because I am that kind of nerd, yeah. Number 6, community snob. Which genre receives the most snobbery from the bookish community? And again, you can't say YA because it's not a genre, although YA gets the most shit from everyone. Genres, definitely romance. Romance definitely gets the most shit. Thinks it's stupid, it's fluffy, it means nothing, and that's just wrong, okay? Romance can be very fun. Some of it is bad, but so is some of the other genres. Okay? You can have good fantasy, you can have right shite fantasy, you can have good sci-fi and awful sci-fi, good contemporary, bad contemporary, you can have them all. They can all be great, they can all suck, they can all be mediocre, but definitely romance gets the shit end of everything. And finally, number 7, snobbery recipient. Have you ever been snubbed for something that you have been reading or for reading in general? Yes, I have many a time, especially by my sister, who is another reader, who is a super bookish snob, but she knows it and she admits it, so it's okay to say. Also, she doesn't watch my video. She's the one who looks down on reading YA. She does not like YA, and a lot of people snubbed me for reading YA as an adult woman because they're like, oh, it's just all the love triangles with the girl who's nothing, doesn't do anything, she's boring, and the two hot guys, the boy next door and the brooding one love her. And I'm like, okay, that was an old trope that doesn't really exist all that much anymore. It was very much a trope during things like the Twilight era of things, the early 2000s and 2010s, those early years. But in the later years, YA has expanded so much into so much else that no, not anymore. YA is massive, and you can't snub me for it, or else you're a snob. Don't be a snob, you snob. I've gotten snubbed about it a lot of times. There's always this, like, I have to defend myself because people ask me, oh, what are you reading? And I'll show them and be like, oh, what is it? I'm like, oh, it's a YA fantasy, but it's really good. You know, I have to defend it. And it's so stupid. I'm really sorry about this accent. I cannot get out of it. I'm really, really sorry, guys. It's not a good accent. I'm aware. I'm so sorry. That is the book snob tag. How snobby do you think I am? I'm a snob, 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 snob. We are all snobs, snobs of snobs. Everybody's a snob, 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 snob. It's the snob song. I need to go to bed. I need to slap the accent out of myself. So if you have any further questions or comments, not about my accent, leave them down below. And I will see you next time, cuties. Or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. I didn't even do my outro right, so this video is a mess now. Goodbye! Survive. I didn't know what number that was. It's Uber Genre Snob, where we can only read one genre of fiction. Oh wait, of fiction.